After an adrenaline-fueled morning in Noosa, I thought I'd bring it down a couple of pegs. So I've wrangled the crew together as we venture out into Australia's only Everglade. Whilst the crew gets seated, I figured I'd introduce myself to Brad, our skipper, to gain some insight into this Aussie anomaly. We're going to spend a bit of time today out on the Everglades Eco Tour. Brad's our skipper. Brad, what's involved in the tour, mate?
Yeah, mate, we do a zip across the lake here for a bit, and then we take you up into this really special area, the Noosa Everglades. It's the prettiest part of the Noosa River. It's about a 3 kilometre section, and the river goes for 80 all up, but it's a really tight, nice looking part.
Now, the Everglades. Now, there's a word that isn't used in Australia a lot, so there's not a lot of them around. What makes an Everglade? No,
well, what makes an Everglade was the British, when they named the area, the Spanish explored the North America area, they thought it was a big swamp. But it turned out to be a flowing river called the Kissimmee River. It's 100 kilometres wide, this thing, but shallow. And once they discovered it's not stagnant water, this is moving, they named it originally as a Riverglade. Well, the British guys, when they took over from the Spanish, and in some of the maps they got Riverglade and one has Everglade. So I think someone mispronounced the word river and it turned out as Ever. And as time went on, the Americans just adapted the Ever instead of the river, but it refers to a river going through a forested area.
What do you reckon we get out there and have a look at this beautiful bit of water?
Yeah, let's do it, mate. Great day for it.
Absolutely. Now, this is just what I was looking for. Beautiful, quiet, and plenty to see. And we're not even amongst the Everglades yet. And to top it off, Brad possesses a wealth of knowledge of the lake, which he was more than happy to share.
And if you just look out the front, you can see water. And off the left, we've got some water there. And the right-hand side, there's water all the way over to where the houses are. It's wet. It's wet. And it's sort of looking brown, but it's not really. It's clear, just the bottom's brown. We're just about getting into the deep bit now. Before we get out in the deep bit, you've got to know what to do in case we sink. If we sink right here, just get out, walk back. If we get a little bit further, you've got to put on a life jacket if you can't swim, okay? So under your seats, they've got 2 breast pads.
Now I see what all the fuss is about. A labyrinth of gorgeous corridors with a plentiful selection of bird and plant life to feast your eyes on. You could lose yourself by just taking in the scenery.
Just up around here, this is the spot where Gloria Estefan got lost. She was in here for 3 days looking for the ribbon, but she never found it.
There's only one word that comes to mind if I had to describe this entire experience.
Peaceful. Really peaceful.
Yeah, so that's great. What an amazing location. So peaceful.
It's so beautiful and peaceful out here.
So peaceful. So peaceful, so peaceful.
The Noosa Everglades is a genetically blessed wilderness of crystal clear waters and ancient tea tree forests. The landscape has remained untouched for thousands of years, essentially making it one of the most important biospheres for this section of Australia, as it's also home to over 40% of Australian bird species. After having a splash in one of the only 2 Everglades systems in the entire world, I figured we'd best head back for some afternoon beers. Emma, however, had other plans.
Thank you.
If you wanted to stay here a bit longer, all you had to do was ask. If you reckon Noosa's all about Botox and nightlife, you better come and visit Brad and come out on a tour. I think you're going to get a different perspective. Thanks, mate.
Good on you, bloke.
What did you reckon about it?
The upper reaches of the Noosa River are absolutely fantastic. It is brilliant up here. Macca, when we get back, I might just grab you aside for a minute. There's something that I want to show you.
Sounds interesting. Let's have a look.